Hey fellas, welcome to Gear Wheel Channel, the channel dedicated to the toughest beasts in the world of construction and mining industry. And if you love power, tough machines, and pure steel in action, you're in the right place. So, without wasting any time, let's get started. Our video today starts with quite an unusual sight. Well, what do you get when you combine old, durable Soviet equipment with German engineering? The boss's Passat stealing gravel. But hey, don't tell anybody. Rain and mud can really mess things up in the mines. But for me, that's when the real chaos kicks in. And trust me, as the video goes on, you're going to see even more of this wild stuff. Listen to that sound. Yep, that's the retarder. And when you hear it roaring like that, you'd better get out of the way as fast as possible, because that truck won't stop easily. There's just no stopping this beast. With a total weight of nearly 880,000 pounds, it practically melts the ground beneath it with that insane traction power. The guy in that grader is probably crazy, or he's got balls of steel. Smoothing the road from a 50-foot high bench ain't exactly the smartest idea. But hey, if things go wrong, there's an excavator right there to catch him with the shovel. And if you ask me, that's some solid teamwork right there. The rear wheel's locked up, and the truck is out of service. But check this out. The bulldozer actually pushed it all the way to the workshop, almost a mile away. That's totally insane. However, if anyone knows what caused the problem, drop it down below. Can you believe this, guys? These layers you're looking at used to be straight up mud, millions of years ago. Those lines you see? They're called sediments. They once sat perfectly flat, but over time, as the tectonic plates started shifting and the ground began to move, those layers got twisted and pushed around. And now, what we've got here is a straight up masterpiece. Nature's own artwork carved right into the walls. A beautiful facade. Everybody in the mine hates the rain, but when nature gives you a chance to have a little fun like this, you just can't resist. This is going to be awesome. Let's watch. I think the next one's going to be even cooler than this. Let's watch. That was awesome. And yeah, my feet are completely wet. The Liebherr R9350. What a beautiful machine. Operating equipment like this in a mine, especially under such harsh and unpredictable conditions where danger can strike at any moment, is extremely risky. Now, we're going to take a closer look at the machine so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Yep, as you can see, this dent happened when a massive boulder, almost the size of the excavator's shovel, broke off from the bench and came crashing down onto the machine, crushing the lower left corner and bending the emergency stairs. It's a huge reminder that you've got to stay focused, alert, and always ready to react fast when something like this happens. Alright guys, can someone tell me what exactly we're looking at right now? Drop your thoughts down in the comments, but man, that sound. It's like we're inside a tunnel or something. Pretty cool. How to perfectly spread about 520,000 pounds of gravel in less than a minute. Well, you just floor it. That's how. This is literally a carpet, a perfect masterpiece by the driver. Great job. The grader isn't even needed for this one. Well, what do we have here? It's kind of crazy to see a wild animal come down into a 1,300 foot deep pit, surrounded by all that heavy machinery, noise, and roaring engines. Not even flinch. An absolutely amazing sight. It's getting by thanks to the operators who toss it some food from their vehicles. Well, the Germans had the desert fox. We've got the mining fox. Judging by what we've seen so far, I'd say something nasty went down here. Let's move in closer and see exactly what happened. According to the mechanics, the brake calipers locked up, and the discs, along with the entire wheel, literally burst into flames. As we saw, that whole section of the truck turned completely black from the fire, and the nuts and bolts literally melted. Question for you guys. What's that green stuff you're seeing? I'd say it looks like some kind of oxidation. But oxidation of what exactly? Well, if you know the answer, drop it down below. This guy figured out a way to drive over a cable with a flat tire without cutting it with the rim. Well, he just dropped the bucket down and lifted the loader. Simple as that. Work smarter, not harder. When you hear that sound, it means the beast is waking up. This Komatsu PC3000 excavator went into an area that used to be a dumping spot for overburden for years. Now it's time to reload that material again because the mine is expanding, and that's why we often see situations like this. The excavator just sinks so deep that it's sitting on its undercarriage. Once again, the PC3000 is doing something it really shouldn't be doing. Why do I say that? Because this excavator is traveling almost a mile across the mine, from one side to the other, and that kind of long-distance move puts a lot of stress on the machine. That's exactly why tow-haul lowboy trailers exist. Same truck, same driver, and yet another masterpiece. Let's watch. This is insane. You've got to experience this in person. It's like a tornado passing right next to you. In the next few minutes, get ready to enjoy pure adrenaline. This is pushing the machine to its limits right there. One wrong move, one extra hit with the breaker, and the ground under the machine could give way, sending you straight down a 1,300-foot cliff. You've got to stay sharp out here. Yeah, it's really hard for a truck to climb back up when it's empty. And finally, something that makes every driver's blood run cold, a true nightmare. The driver went right through the safety berm and rolled over the edge, an absolute disaster that leaves you breathless. The investigation later found that the berm wasn't properly built. It was made of soft, loose material. And to make things worse, there was no one supervising the dumping area at the time. Luckily, the driver somehow escaped without serious injuries and was released from the hospital a few days later. But this serves as a strong reminder. Mistakes like these can come at a very high price. And if you want to see the full version of this video, just click the link in the upper right corner. Well guys, that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like and subscribe button for more content like this. Until next time, bye!